7, traveling throughout Southeastern Africa. Now, today, we want to share an incredible video with you that we found earlier this morning. On our time, it's actually evening. So, for you guys, it's morning, most of you. So, this video is titled The American Condition. Now, I do want to add a disclaimer. We do not agree with the religious viewpoints of this speaker, but it's interesting how we as believers, whether you say you're a Christian, you're an Israelite, people that believe in the word of the Most High, the Bible, we say we believe in the Bible, but we have a struggle to discern this simple topic that other peoples and groups can readily and easily discern. And it's like you just wonder why that is. So, what we're going to do, we're just going to play the video without giving any further ado because this is quite an interesting video. So, fair use policy, we are going to play it for you right now as we are overlooking our neighborhood right here. So, go ahead and like this video, and then you are about to listen to the one we're talking about. All right, let's get into it. Then we'll come back on camera. Fair use policy. This is from Middleman or Middle Nation YouTube channel. It's called The American Condition. Like the video.
You've been lied to. You've been programmed with dysfunction. Your intellect has been systematically degraded. Your intellectual and your moral depth has been deliberately depleted to make you shallow. Cognitive dissonance has been inflicted on you your whole life. When you say American, you may just as well say damaged or victimized. You come from a country that has a fabricated national identity around a set of values and principles it never, ever applied anywhere. And in fact, more often than not, only ever applied the opposite. You live in a country that is demonstrably and obviously an authoritarian oligarchy, but which you have been taught since childhood is a democracy. No one living in America today has lived under any administration that wasn't guilty of war crimes and crimes against humanity, committed both abroad and on domestic soil. And you've been brainwashed into thinking that your country stands for freedom and justice. It's sick. Your education system is based on the Prussian system of indoctrination to turn every student into an obedient conformist slave to power. But you pretend that your society cherishes individuality. They've done nothing but damage you. Your schools have damaged you. Your media has damaged you. Your entertainment, your fake history, your myths, your government have done nothing but damage you all your life. That's what it means to be an American. And part of that damage, one aspect of that relentless damage, is in the question itself. You're a white American, you said. That matters to you. And you force it to matter to everyone in that country, even though it's an actually completely irrelevant characteristic. But because of the way that you have developed as a so-called society, you made it relevant, and you made it an issue, and you insist on keeping it an issue. So you can never escape. I don't even get to make it irrelevant to me because of the racial history in America. The whole context of race in the United States is a self-perpetuating death spiral that never dies. You assign value to all of these characteristics that are actually the least valuable characteristics that a human being can have. I mean, why race? Why skin color and not eye color or hair color? Why not height? It's incredibly arbitrary and stupid. But you did what you did. You drew the lines where you drew the lines. And you sentenced whole segments of humanity to imprisonment within these shallow, superficial, meaningless definitions, which then created a long, disgraceful history of actual experience that millions upon millions of people have suffered for no reason. So everyone who grew up in America eventually has to pursue self-rehabilitation, deprogramming, repair, debugging, detoxification, just to try to undo all the damage that being American has done to them, just so they can try to be normal. To be American is to suffer from a multitude of chronic, to cure themselves of overseas. And sincere person has to try to their adulthood. But for most of them, it's a terminal condition. They'll never get over it. They'll die that way. And the sickest part of it is that this condition, you're actually pressured to preserve it, to uphold it, to cherish it, rather than to abolish it. Just like your question, as if I'm doing something wrong by not basing my identity and my worldview and my understanding on the dysfunctional reductionist definition of white American. I mean, look, for most of the people who are categorized as Americans and who claim American history as their history, who feel some sort of, connection to the so-called founding fathers, Paul Revere and what have you, most of them only have even been over there for 2 or 3 generations. A smaller number than that's been over there for 4 generations, and very few, except for the descendants of slaves, have been over there since the beginning. The overwhelming majority of so-called Americans throughout most of American history, their families were somewhere else. It's the same with mine. The Irish side of my family came over during the potato famine, and the German side came over more recently than that. Yet for some reason, we're all supposed to believe that we are all somehow connected to the history and the cultural heritage of that country, connected to people that we're not connected to in any way whatsoever, as if they are our ancestors. They even call them our forefathers. What do I have to do with George Washington? America isn't a tribe. America is nothing but a blood-soaked piece of land that a ragtag horde of Europeans fled to escape Europe. And then it became a land that people fled to escape American foreign policy that pillaged their own countries. And the people that have undeniably been so-called American longer than 99% of so-called Americans, the descendants of African slaves, are still treated like outsiders in a country that they've been in longer than most people. They've been there at least as long as the most pedigreed aristocratic so-called Mayflower families. I mean, just on seniority alone, they're supposed to be among the highest status citizens of that country. Their ancestors sacrificed more by force and for more generations than anyone living in America today. But until now, they have to fight just to be given equal rights and equal opportunities on par with people who just got off the boat 3 generations ago, 2 generations ago, 1 generation ago, or yesterday. Let's not even talk about the indigenous people, because of course let's not talk about them. They're never to be spoken of. But somehow we're all Americans.
So that was interesting, wasn't it? There was so much said. So we're going to get on camera and we are going to chat about this that we just heard, the speech titled The American Condition, because that was pretty interesting. That was super, super interesting. And he was telling nothing but the truth in reality. That's literally, America is a condition and not a country. And it's so interesting. I think it is anyway. It's so interesting how different nationalities are starting to see this. But a lot of us as Black Americans have trouble seeing that yes. America is a mental sickness.
I hope everyone was hearing the video fine and stuff. Welcome, shalom, guys. I saw a couple comments on here. Somebody said that they're departing from America. Yes, from Colorado, USA, preparing for our departure to Tanzania on 7/4, my Independence
Woo! That's awesome. That's soon. That's like next week.
Yeah, hallelujah for that. All praises. Congratulations.
That's awesome.
And yeah, welcome, guys. I hope you guys heard it from the beginning, because this is something that needs to be talked about. Like, this is something like
it's serious.
It's serious. Like, this is like, wow. Like, you showed me that, and I'm like, yeah, well, we probably have to just play that and let it play, because people really need to hear that, because that's what it is. That's really what it is. I'm glad that he broke it down in a way that people can understand, because some people come, I guess their delivery is a little off and stuff, but he broke it down pretty good. So yeah, let us know what you think about what he said. Make sure you like the video. We'll leave the link in the description and stuff, so you guys can watch the full video.
What stuck out most to me, just the title, The American Condition. Like, you have to look at it from a spiritual lens. It can't be anything else than that. But also the fact that he said every presidential office, every administration has been under some criminal foreign policy, where people literally ask, okay, so why do Asians and Africans and Mexicans and all these people want to come to America if it's so bad? And he literally broke it down because America, with the psychological warfare they do, y'all, I studied psychology. This is why I love topics like this. The psychological warfare America does with foreign policy when they go into these nations, placing sanctions, wreaking havoc, doing things like they did to Russia just a week ago, just secretly, acting like a snake, like literally operating like a snake. They do all these secretive things. And then the people are like, man, my country sucks. Why does the country suck? Because America has placed 55,000 tons of sanctions, raped and pillaged the resources, acted in Proverbs 6:16, and actually divided the nation of people that is within one country. It even goes as far back. That's why I say in this video, I would even take it back further than America. I would say the condition is the Western European condition.
Yeah, it's way more than just American, but this is what we saw. So it is, but America is that place though. A lot of countries get their how can I say it? I don't know. I'll say witchcraft. Their witchcraft, their evil and stuff from America tendencies. I guess the American condition.
Yeah, which all
So
stems from the great monarch, the great British, who are cousins to the Germans. So
yeah.
there's that. But I think another thing that stuck out was when he was talking about the African American community, for lack of a better term that everybody will understand, the African American community that has been there for, since 1776 and earlier, since the first boats
Hmm.
came in the 1600s, usually 1619, some say like 1590s, something like
Yeah.
that. And so he's saying by seniority, this group of people should be in more powerful positions, and yet they're the bottom of the totem pole.
Exactly.
One reason we know this is because the curse is in Deuteronomy 28. The second reason is simply because of oppression. And so you have to wonder, if we believe the Bible, if we believe all of these things to be true, why are we continuing in this cycle of being cursed in America? The obvious solution that many people, not just Black folks, the obvious solution that most Americans see now is to absolutely get on a plane and say, thank you so much for your time, America. That was a great few 100 years, a great few decades. That was fantastic. Now it's time to exit and go live life elsewhere on earth where you don't have these conditions.
Yeah, I think it's definitely time for that. It's definitely it's just too much to think about because if you're not awake now, I think you're just gonna be asleep forever because there is an awakening just amongst not just our people but amongst a lot of nations. Like
Yeah,
a lot of people are starting to realize
yeah,
what's really going on, and it's just turning right back to the foundation, which is the Bible and the scriptures. So
exactly.
it's really getting serious, and we have to understand the times that we're in. Um, and America is not a place to be in this time because it's going to be chaos. That's literally what it is, chaos. America equals chaos because we see just everything that's going on. We can probably name what a lot of things right now with the floods, right? The fires, the shootings. Go ahead. I'll let you go ahead. Go
The
ahead.
health issues, the hyper super duper inflation, the hyper super duper debt, the oppression and abuse of our people and multiple nations of people, the Native Americans, all these different groups of peoples. And it's just all for fun because, Uncle Sam, that's what he likes to do. And so it's a society, a condition that is entirely built on slavery, debt, killing folks.
Just
Like the
blood.
guy said in the video, it's a nation of bloodshed by
Yep.
some Western Europeans who escaped Europe and wanted to wreak havoc somewhere else and, kill millions of people, enslave tens of thousands of hundreds of thousands, and then just act like, woohoo,
Yeah, nothing's
everybody,
nothing's
this is the
wrong.
best country on earth. This is
Yeah,
one of the worst countries on earth.
it's literally spell casting witchcraft because even here in the countries that we go to and we say, oh yeah, we're from America. Oh really? I want to go to America. I want to go. So it's really all around the world. People put America as an idol. And that's dangerous. That's dangerous. And we tell people, man, but we got someone that's from Kenya and she went to America, messaged us and said what?
She was like, "Why is childcare so expensive? Please, do you know any other jobs?" I'm like, "This is what we try to tell our African people. This is why we're on here because our African people don't understand. A lot of African people who were born on the continent have never had to
Hmm.
deal with racism, have never had to deal with prejudice
Like really,
because you
really
are
like,
born in Africa. And so when a foreigner comes in,
hmm,
they may not, hang out with you, but that's not racism outright because you are the majority. Okay. But in America, it's totally opposite. When you make up 12 to 14% of the population,
yeah, so they
then
say.
it's like, oh, why am I here? Why is it so expensive here? Hold on. Why does everybody say we should come here? These are the comments that we get from our African brothers and sisters who have moved to America.
Yeah,
Okay. Even from clients in our agency who have moved to America decades ago. And now they're wondering, they're saying, you know what? I'm going to start traveling Africa again. Like, I'm going to start loving the homeland. Yes, I can keep my stuff in there for a little, but let me go back
yeah,
home. Let me go travel back home and see what's up on the homeland because it is a condition and it's a place that we as Black folks were never created to be. It was a place that was never created for your prosperity or for your peace or for you to just live a life in general. And so what you see
exactly.
is continued death spiraling.
Yeah, like death at an early age, just everything, just the weather in general. Like us black people need the sun. Like we really need the sun. So this it's a lot that goes with America. So that's why I keep saying like they definitely know what they was doing from the beginning. Really from the beginning of time. So um, we just have to wake up and realize what time it is. Um, as I'm gonna keep saying it too because it is time for our people to
Yeah.
realize what's going on, and you either going to get caught in the fire. I don't want to say flood now, because the Most High promised that He's not going to flood the earth no more, but it's going to be fire. So man, we
Get
gotta
caught in the confusion.
yeah get caught in confusion, just be stuck, just get caught in the chaos because it's literally chaos. We heard a video the other day about a gang from Venezuela, Venezuela, and they're literally going to like just picture this guy, just picture this, like
Look it up too.
going to car dealerships, right?
This is so weird.
Just going, taking the keys, beeping the car like the alarm to see where the car is, and just taking the car, and like just it's way more than that. I don't want to get too involved in that, but it's a lot going on besides what the news is telling you. Like the debate that's going to happen and tomorrow with Trump and Biden and stuff. That's all I see when it comes to America. Then the Missouri floods and stuff like that. So it's like it's a lot, man. We really got to be on a spiritual, discerning level and strategize because that's what our people are is strategists.
Yeah. And this video was just like, dang, it even like, had me like, wow. Like one point in the video, he said that proper Americans or proper people who want to just be right humans, just want to be in right standing morally,
Hmm.
will think, how can I decompress and detoxify my mind from this? And we know in the scriptures, it talks about how we have to renew our minds daily. And yet, the Christians, the Israelite, whoever you say you are and you follow the Bible, we think we should not detoxify our minds from America. America propaganda, most Americans in general do not even have critical thinking. They're speaking with propaganda, their propaganda mindset, because you work 40 to 60 hours a week to think. You don't have time to meditate and sit with the Most High and read the scriptures. You don't have time to actually learn. And that's why they set the system up like that, even from school, right? You call it the school to prison pipeline or the school to modern day enslavement pipeline, where
Hmm.
you are in school 40 hours a week, waiting on the Western European man to teach you how to function in his system.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. I'm pretty sure, man. If you don't know, now you know. And I'm glad that we can share with you because that's basically what it is. It's just conditioning you to be American, which is not good.
which is a condition.
Yeah,
It's just a condition. It's Stockholm syndrome.
man.
It's psychological warfare. If you can find the time, if you can take some PTO time, look into CIA and psychological warfare and start asking yourself,
Hmm.
are these thoughts mine? Are these things that somebody gave me? Are these things that have been ingrained through propaganda and advertising and all of these things? Because words have a lot of power and they know this. They know words have power. And so they use them very strategically. And instead of using the words for good or using the words for repentance or using the words to actually pay reparations in various forms or to do things rightly in the world, they use the words to lie on other nations, to lie on our community, and to just have this entire deceitful,
Hmm.
confusing, perverse nation that you have to spend your entire life renewing your mind to get out of the insane mindset, because it is literal insanity when you leave America. And
Really.
we could feel that it was off when we were in America, which is, of course, why we left. But then coming to Africa, engaging with people who are from Asia, engaging with people who are from Africa, engaging with people who are from other areas of the world like the Middle East, and you realize the world is not like Americans. The
Not at
world is
all.
the opposite. And so it's
Hmm.
like, you look like, what exactly was that? That was kind of like the Matrix.
It really, yeah. They tell you right in movies and shows and everything. They tell you the truth because, especially now, they have to tell you the truth before they do something. So everything is catching up with America, and it's great to see.
It is great to see. It's great for righteousness and truth to be out. It's great for the righteousness and the judgment of the Most High to be out. And your job right now is to ask the Most High to uncover your eyes from American propaganda and America
Hmm.
idol worship, because that's just what it is. That it's just very plain and simple. When you have a nation that has wreaked havoc, not only by first the origin of killing millions of Native Americans, enslaving millions of Bantu African people, not they didn't stop there. Okay, they were like, oh, this is the best country. You know what? Let's go put our foreign policies all over the world and rape some more countries and kill some more people. And then let's get the people that we brainwash, let's get them to say that this is the best place and they need to stay here forever and protect us.
Hmm.
That's psychological warfare on another level. People always talk about, oh, witchcraft, oh, witchcraft. You're sitting in one of the highest levels of witchcraft, designated by the mother, and the mother of America is Great Britain.
Hmm.
And the cousin of Great Britain is German, driven by some of the most psychological warfare, nefarious act type of beings that you can find on the planet today.
It's
Just
deep.
to be honest with history.
It's very deep, 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 deep.
So, it behooves you to look at history. The scriptures in Deuteronomy says, ask the forefathers and they'll tell you, right? You can use that principle and say, let me look back at America's history. Let me look back at Western European history before we say, oh my gosh, let's fight for Israel. Let's fight for Ukraine. How about you look at history and see the dynamics that's going on? Because guess what? When the Most High looks at the earth, he knows the end from the beginning. So he has this immense insight that you, as a young American that just popped up on the scene less than 2 years ago, you do not have this insight. And so it would be helpful for your own mind and peace to ask the Most High, how do you see this nation? How do you see these areas of the world? What's actually going on here? And it's a very simple question, right? The book of Matthew says, knock and the door will be opened.
Yeah.
Ask and you'll receive the answer. In the book of Proverbs 8, you see that wisdom says she's crying out on the streets, begging for the sons of men to come and to inquire of her. And yet people pass by and they're like, I don't really feel like seeking wisdom or any ancient path. I don't really feel like doing any critical thinking beyond just, having propaganda stuffed down my mouth every day.
Yeah, and that's wild. Guys, make sure you give us a like on the video.
Yeah, make
And
sure you like, share, subscribe. If you agree that
yeah, if you
America
agree,
is a condition and
put
not
it that
a
way.
country.
Um, and if you got any questions or comments, leave it in the chat. We're gonna kind of go through it pretty soon. Um, and I'm pretty much done.
Let's go through it. We're already 25 minutes in. If you're just coming in, you're gonna have to rewind. We're not gonna repeat ourselves on this live. Just Rewind. My daughter and I had the same discussion yesterday. Much respect to you guys. Much respect and blessings to you too. Why do y'all talk about America, but on American platform? I guess my counter question would be, why does America rape the Congo day and night? Somebody answer that, then that I'll answer the question. Why does America rape the Congo day and night to put up these platforms? I enjoy and appreciate your discussions. Journey with us has a light and definitely shines like a candlestick on a hill. Praise the Most High. May the Most High be glorified. All that exists in Africa, what are y'all talking about? I don't understand.
I think it was like questions that when we was talking. I don't get it either.
Use the Russian YouTube.
Yeah.
Stop using American technology.
You're gonna get it while it's good. Shoot.
First of all, let's start with the fact it's not American technology. Let's start with the fact that most technology was actually created by our very ancestors. Let's start there. So we will be using the things that our ancestors created, especially the cell phone, which was created by a black man. Okay. And so then America goes through with their buddies, France and Great Britain and Germany, and they just pillage the Congo and rape it of all of its resources to have these things. And then you tell the descendants of Congolese people, oh, why are you using American technology? This is called white supremacy propaganda. Please get it out of your mouth as fast as possible. The Most High loves righteousness. Yes, he does. What about chattel slavery in Africa and the selling of slaves in West Africa? Slaves in Africa were not chattel slaves. There is no slavery on the face of the earth except the Arabic slave trade in East Africa that is chattel slavery. You should do more research. Slavery in Africa was seen as servanthood, and so people would like work. It's even in the Bible. People had slaves. People would work in the fields. They would work and do these things, but you do not see the rape, the pillaging, the literal chattel slavery, the way that the slaves were treated in America and in the Arab nations in Africa. That is only a culture that is likened to those people.
Yeah. It seems like this person just don't got a lot of information. He just like to pose questions that, yeah.
I mean, they're good questions. It's good to start with questions and research.
Yeah. But even somebody in the chat was saying it's just a certain type of spirit that he's bringing.
I'm from Congo, and I agree with you, my sister. Yes, you know, we got to represent the family, because if we don't stick up for the oppressed, then who will? If we don't stick up for our people, then who really will?
Yes. Really. Really. Like we try to use this platform to, be that candlestick on the hill. Because if we didn't, what's the point?
Exactly. Because it's just wild. Like, man, I just came from West Africa to study the slave trade, and they were treated almost the same as the slaves in America. Can you describe what the same means? Because in West Africa, people can go to West Africa right now and you will not see the type of oppression that America has instituted. Well said. Truth Unedited speaks highly about you guys. Love from the Trinidad. Oh, really?
Oh, before they were so.
Yes, yes. Yep, combative and rebellious spirits in this chat. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, just do a quick history lesson. It's not too difficult. And we didn't even know it, to be honest. We didn't even know about the Arab slave trade, the East African slave trade, before we came to East Africa, because in America, we're only taught about the West side of the slave trade.
And that was before the West African slave trade.
It was.
So it's like,
it started in the 1200s.
It goes way back. It really goes back. They tell us, oh, this is where it started, but it hasn't started there.
No.
Way before then.
Then they tell you, oh, well, Africans sold Africans. Oh, really? Because I'm sitting in Africa right now and ain't nobody ever sold me. You always laugh. I'll be dead serious.
I love it. Yeah. Yes, guys. But yeah, that's about it. If you guys haven't heard it from the beginning, please rewind and listen to what the guy had to say. because America is a condition,
Yeah.
and we really got to break out of it, especially if you're in America. I'm pretty sure people that came to Africa and really try to stay for more than 6 months, I would say, or I'd say 6 months to a year, you will understand what we talk about. How like when you look at America outside of America, it's really crazy. It's really like a condition, and it's like, dang, I'm really messed up, and it's a lot of work that we have to do, and that's just what it is, and that's
Yeah,
just the truth.
it is. That's just Revelations 18. It's just simple information that's out there and it's available if you are ready to go into that, because it that's just what it is. In
Hmm.
Ghana, the slaves were forced to walk from the top of the country on foot while chained together after their tribes were conquered. Let's be honest. Okay, so is walking worse than being raped day and night by white oppressors and then being having this thing called buck breaking, where they would actually get a horse and rip apart a black man in half in order to rape him. So let's have proper judgment here. Let's have proper judgment.
I don't think it's judgment that he talking about. I think he just want to just go back and forth for no reason.
You cannot go anywhere without feeling like you have to watch your back.
Yeah, and that's true. Like I'm telling you, when we came here to Africa, that's how I felt. But I started to realize, man, I don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah, that first 6 months,
Man,
even the way like people are so nice to children in Africa and they want to like pick
yeah.
up the children, you're like,
And we like back. Whoa, what are you
don't touch
doing?
my
Back up!
kids.
Don't
Like,
touch
what?
my.
We look so aggressive as Americans coming to Africa because that's how it is in America. You
Yeah.
can't trust anyone. Then here in Africa, it's like, oh, you can calm down a little. You can have this communal mindset. You don't have to
Hmm.
be so aggressive. You can like pipe it down and
And
be a
this,
little more calm.
I say, this comment is definitely true. It's wicked and whack all over the earth. That's definitely true. That's so
Yeah,
true.
absolutely. But still, the Most High has a certain nation that He has designated for judgment and will provide salvation for other remnants on the earth, because everyone has drunken of the wine of Babylon the great harlot. And so
Hmm.
that's just scripture. You just got to go with that. You just got to go with that. Looking forward to seeing y'all on Pastor Rick Fletcher's channel. I'm an admin there and I kick out the trolls. That's awesome, Bantu Lisa. Yeah, we look forward to it. It's tomorrow.
Yeah, back to
That'll
Lisa
be
doing it.
awesome.
Congratulations, all praises, hallelujah. She said, "That's my independence."
I know that's right.
I'm like,
Look,
"That's what's up,"
yeah,
and that's crazy. Oh, yeah, that's not what we're talking about in this
yeah, that's
video,
another
but
live.
that's like, man, y'all better be
That's
careful
another
on Fourth
live.
of July.
Be careful.
Yeah,
Why you say that?
it's you know how my mind be thinking. That's a lot of noise. Yeah.
Just stay home. Just be safe at home. So, y'all, that's it. We are going to
Oh
go
no,
eat some
it doesn't do that.
sandwiches. And yeah, that's it for this video,
Yeah,
y'all.
that's all.
Go ahead and ask the Most High to take the veil off your eyes. Be blessed, be chosen, study the book of Revelations, study the prophecies, and have a peaceful day.
Yes, shalom, guys. Be thankful, that you're just alive and breathing, because it's chaos everywhere, like literally everywhere.
What are you
Is
doing?
is death on your left, on your right. We see it everywhere. So just know that you're blessed. And just keep pushing forward. Stay on this narrow path that the Most High got you on, and seek peace always, and be diligent in these last days. Like really,
Oh, thank
really.
you, JoJo.
So
You're
we
such a
appreciate
nice
you
boy.
guys tuning in. Make sure you like the video, comment, share. Joe, you gotta say anything? What, you on the live now? You live, baby. You gotta say anything?
Don't pull my dress, Joe.
No?
He gonna rip the whole dress.
Yeah, this guy, he was knocking for 5 minutes. You don't gotta say nothing. Look. All right. Joe said, be safe,
Shalom,
guys.
shalom.
Shalom.